Welcome to this edition of Crystals of Experience by your host Kumar Bala. The topic for discussion today is appraisals of employees as juxtaposed to the age-old three-term examinations for students from time immemorial. In the early days in school, the first term would be fun and frolic, and the papers also would be reasonably simple. So we used to go into the summer holidays with a lot of promises to our parents that we'll study hard the whole summer holidays and not waste our time, which we never did. The second terminal exams, usually set by the teachers, would be so tough that it was a catastrophe and a warning bell for us that if we did not pull up our boots and shoes and trousers, then hell would befall us in the final examination, which was scheduled after 11 months of hard work. In the similar manner, appraisals of employees, which has always been a subject of great discussion, a subject which, like all aspects of management, it can be very fair, can be very level, and also is a subject of great discussion. Right from your horseshoe formula where you need to get many people in the middle of the horseshoe, a few one quarter on the top of the left, which should indicate the best performer, and on the other side the one who was the worst performer on the right hand side. These were all jargon which people followed, and every department manager knows the trouble which he had trying to fit each employee in such a manner that we did not wound them, and also managed to get an okay from the management. Appraisals basically were quarterly, half yearly, and then just before a couple of months before the year ended, so that we would be assessed and we would be given the increment accordingly. So it has always been a subject of great discussion because the forms have always been almost the same in all industries, in all companies, and for those experienced, there was only one aspect which was of great interest to the appraiser. There will be a column called "Eagerly takes up difficult tasks and performs them successfully every time." And they would be take that most of the time, some of the time, none of the times, where you could see the tick made with great conviction. And all those who are experienced and in assessing the appraiser, we would only find that interesting. The rest of it was all basically was all mathematical, and it was also political to ensure that nobody's feet were stamped. But this one, the woe betide the appraiser, junior appraiser who brought the paper to us, because it would be within our rights to find out exactly where the outstanding achievement came, in what way it helped the improvement of the company, and why we should rate him outstanding for the contribution. In a matter where it's more subjective and objective, it was very difficult, but always there would be people who would be able to support that or threaten, saying that a good performer would either leave or he will be wasted by the wayside, he will become a non-performer. So these are all the things which we had to deal with, and we had to ensure that we had the approval of the management. We ensured that nobody was hurt. There was no that innocent people were not hanged, and those who got away with murder were murdered. So that was the way which we had to do with these appraisals. And in most of the cases, we found that it was really a useful tool, and employees over a period of time realizing that that was one of the obstacles which they had in their working life, were quite smart to ensure that that did not hurt them or their interest in any way, and they towed the line and did what was expected of them, and in many cases tried to far exceed that also. This is the way that it worked, like in the days of our three terminal exams, as I said, and appraisals, though sometimes cruel, but generally with the passage of time and with the paucity of good talent, all as appraisers would ensure that a fair result came, and they will be able to convince, as they say, that law not only should be done but also seen to be done. So for the good employees, for the employees who are inquiring kind, we have to ensure and inform them and tell them exactly what they were doing, how they were doing it, and how they could improve, or if they have done a good job, we have to really praise them and ensure that they are properly compensated. It is so easy to talk over here, but I know the hours and the months we have spent pondering over it till late in the evening to get a fair result and a fair estimate of our employees. So I wish you all the very best, and especially those who are in for appraisals.